and I enjoyed our Vegas and we utilized our deal we picked up at the silent auction. Vegas is lovely, whether you're on the strip or not. Welcome to all of you that are here at our building at 501 Nelson Street in London, Ontario. Welcome to everyone on Zoom and anyone that might be watching this later on our YouTube channel. We're so grateful that you're joining us and sharing in our knowledge and experience and stories and love and laughter and all the great things. If you have a cell phone with you, please put it on silent mode so you don't disturb us while we're meditating or thinking about what we're releasing or thinking about what we're creating or just in general. Okay. Our vision. So here at Unity of London, we share the same vision as nearly all of the unities worldwide. If you're new to Unity, Unity is a movement that was founded over 130 years ago. And let's affirm this vision and let's really think about experiencing this in 2024. We see a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And our mission here in London to realize that is that we will co-create with spirit to transform lives through that shared spiritual awakening. And that would be to, oh, my phone went too small. Yeah, sorry, have my contacts on here. So that is by being, and we've changed our slides a little bit. So that's by being a loving, inclusive, supportive community, by promoting self-expression, by living what we believe, the 5 principles. And those 5 principles are that, number 1, that there is only one presence and one power active as the universe and in my life, and that is God the good. Number 2, our essence is of God, therefore we are inherently good. This God essence called the Christ was fully expressed in Jesus. Number 3, we are co-creators with God, creating reality through thoughts held in mind. And number 4, through prayer and meditation, we align our heart-mind with God. Denials and affirmations are tools that we use. And number 5 is through thoughts, words, and actions, we live the truth that we know. 5 principles that we inspire people to make a positive difference in the world and by providing fellowship and education for spiritual seekers of all walks of life. While we were away, Larry and I read a great book by Neil Donald Walsh called Happier Than God. And he has 17 steps to become happier than God. One of them is smiling and one of them is singing. But the very first one is to drop separation and to become one and have unity, spirituality versus the separateness. So it's a wonderful book. I highly recommend that anyone would like to be happier than God, check it out. So on to announcements. So greeters, we're still looking for 2 more people. That would be the people to take over the 2nd Sunday of each month to become greeters. So the greeters greet the people as they come in, welcome them. We don't hug everybody as soon as they come in unless you know them and you know they like to be hugged. But it's about greeting people, making them feel welcome, making sure they have the bulletin of the month, anything else. Like today, Lindsay was handing out the papers that we'll use during the burning bowl ceremony today. And then ideally also the greeters are the ones that take the offering bags and collect any offerings during the Sunday. So if you have a call on your heart to provide that service for us, please see Amber. The Jim Chapman Christmas celebration show was a huge success, I do believe, because ticket sales were over $1,000. So good for us. Good job. Good job. And a big thank you to Amber for donating the basket. That was a wonderful donation. And the basket lottery raffle brought in another $300. So wonderful. And a heartfelt thanks to Nancy taking care of the kitchen stuff. Christmas collection. So we have our boxes up here. We are going to continue to collect until January the 7th. So if you have not brought in something for either the food bank or for the people on the street, or we're going to take some donations, We're looking for white socks. We're looking for hats, gloves, scarves, mittens, things to keep people warm, and things to keep their belly full. Membership directory. So for the first time, we will be doing a membership directory. We're going to, Sundays in January, we will be taking member photos. So this membership directory will be handed out to members. We do need your permission. So if you do not want to be a part of the directory and have your information shared, just let us know and we'll still love you. But a lot of times people are asking us about other people's phone numbers. When I was away in Vegas, actually, Beulah called me 3 times, and on the 3rd call, it's like, okay, I better call her back. It must be important. She says, I don't have anybody else's phone number. So I think this is a great idea. Because she says, I don't know what's happening with the candlelight ceremony and whatnot. So, but I think it's a great idea. So we'll have pictures and just your name. I think your name and your phone number, maybe your email. But come in your Sunday best or chosen outfit. Who doesn't come here in their Sunday best? I mean, really. We always look good on a Sunday. Bring your family and a pet if you wish. Really? Okay. Hopefully they're well-behaved pets. A background will be set up for professional effect and multiple poses are available. How many pictures can we have in this directory? Anyways, it'll be fun. Upcoming book study. So Tuesdays at 9:30 on Zoom using the Sunday service Zoom link, which is sent out to all of you every week. There are copies of the book called Prayer Works available in the bookstore for $22, and that starts on January the 30th. And now we'll go into prayer. So I invite you to become comfortable in your seat and close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. And just breathe in, nice deep breath, knowing that you're breathing in all that's good. And as you exhale, let go of all of the busyness of the morning. Let go of any thoughts of what's happening after the service. Feel your shoulders relax and settle into your heart space. And in our prayer circle today, we hold Unity Halton Peel from Mississauga and Unity of Edmonton. All of our members from Unity of London and everyone that is connected with us, friends, family, and anyone else that you would like to include in this prayer, feel free to take a moment and just whisper their name into the space. Sweet Spirit, we open our hearts and minds, allowing our imagination to see with love. We see our members and all people connected to Unity of London, creating greater prosperity and peace for all in 2024. We see ourselves sharing our spiritual awakening with each other and with the many new people that are coming to our wonderful, loving community. Spirit, we see our sanctuary full on Sundays. We see many classes and other activities happening in our building. This building will be abuzz in 2024. Happy, smiling people, crying people. And we hug those crying people and they smile, knowing we are making a difference. We know we are transforming our lives in the world. We see wars ending. We see hate turning to love. And we truly see a world that works for all. And we know that each and every one of us individually are at the heart of all this change. And because we are changing, opening, becoming more loving, more peaceful, allowing more of God to shine through us, we know this is happening right here, right now. And so we say, thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is. And now we'll have a reading for the Daily Word.
The word for today is let go, let God. With a grateful heart, I bid the year farewell. As the year draws to a close, I reflect upon the joyful times as well as the lower points of the past several months. In a prayerful moment of contemplation, I feel gratitude as I accept all of it. I have laughed and cried, celebrated and grieved, but I made it. As days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months, I have met the year's events with faith and have grown resilient. Now it is time for me to let it all go as I prepare to begin again. I take the lessons of the past 12 months, their joys and sorrows, and prepare myself for the new year. I let go and let God as I spiritually surrender my hopes and dreams and even fears. I am divinely guided and infinitely blessed. I step boldly and bravely into the year that is mine to live to the fullest. From Psalm chapter 4, verse 5, offer right sacrifices and put your trust in the Lord. Our licensed Unity teacher, Unity of London prayer chaplain, and almost 12-year member, Pauline will be sharing the significance and procedures of our burning bowl and letter writing activities this morning. Her message will focus on the combination of love and faith that enables healing, release, and productive affirmations. Please join me in welcoming licensed Unity teacher Pauline Duncan Thrasher.
Thank you very much, George, and welcome to everyone who's at 501 Nelson Street. I hope that you really captured the essence of George's daily word reading today, because that is what we're all about. And the burning bowl ceremony, I was interested to read when I was doing a little bit of research, can be done anytime throughout the year. You can do it your own self in your own home. I mean, be careful. Just a little fire. But it is today that we choose to do it, which is the last day of 2023. And there will be two parts to today, the burning bowl itself and writing a letter to your divine inner spirit or to God or to your higher spirit, a letter of affirmation. Today is about love also, and it's about faith, which is why I chose to wear blue today. It's about life, which is why several of our members, including Sylvia, Larry, Dawn, and Lindsay, chose red, I'm guessing. So life, love, faith, wisdom is all part of today. It's really part of every day. And we cultivate love when we let our vulnerable and powerful selves be deeply seen and known. And when we honor the spiritual connection that grows from that offering with trust, respect, kindness, and affection. I don't think Kate Shield is with us today, but Kate Shield sent me in an envelope with Catherine a sweet little necklace that says, "Be still." And I thought, how significant that this particular time I would receive that message. And we all need from time to time, no matter what challenges we may be facing, to just choose to be still. Christmas can be a time with huge expectations, with lots of noise and clamor and gifts, lights, expectations. And sometimes those expectations are totally changed because we don't always know what the next day will bring. And that's life too, is it not? I read a beautiful message last night, and I'll probably send it to my stepson, Mark. It was a message from Reverend Teresa Lee, who's a Unity of Hilton Head, South Carolina minister. And it's called Making Peace with Grief at Christmas. Now, you may not have had grief yourself, but you may know someone who did. Or you may not have had grief at Christmas, but you may have had grief in the year, or anger, or disappointment, or loneliness, or fear. I'm not saying this to put a whole downer on today, but to be realistic. All of those feelings come in and out of our lives, no matter how cheerful or joyful or positive we are. And I wanted to read a little bit of Reverend Lee's message. My peacekeeping practice for the holiday season, she says, and I would say it's a peacekeeping practice for the entire year, every single day, is to accept, acknowledge, and George's favorite word, allow. Accept, acknowledge, and allow. They may seem like simple words, but they're not simple. I accept each day may be different. I accept that there may be big challenges I didn't know were coming. I acknowledge I may be uncomfortable. I acknowledge that I can allow feelings and emotions to come as they may. And here comes the train. And trains can come plummeting through our lives, and we just keep on going. Our feelings and fears are not illogical or irrational. They're part of us. They're part of who we are. The familiar behavior that we're used to engaging in may suddenly change. And we may feel disrupted or unbalanced. I don't know about you, I'm quite a creature of habit in many ways. Dan and I have regular routines. We get up around the same time every morning. We let Chipper out. All the things that you made, well, you don't let Chipper out. You don't have Dan, but we all have customs and habits. And sometimes our customs are disrupted. And that happened for Dan and me in the last 2 weeks. And we managed. It helped me so much to know that I believe in unity. And I don't just mean unity, the spiritual community. I mean the unity of all human beings throughout the world. There is not one human being in the world who could not benefit from our burning bowl ceremony, who could not benefit from the impact of taking time to acknowledge in the past year, without shame or guilt or remorse, just to straightforwardly say, Yes, there were times that I was irritated for no good reason, or times that I felt lonely or sad, or times that I disregarded the feelings of someone else, or times that I misjudged. There's so much. To acknowledge that all that may have happened. To allow ourselves to let that go. And that's what we'll be doing in the burning bowl ceremony. And I actually brought our little, I call it a bird bath. It's a barbecue from the backyard. And it looks a little bit like that. Don't worry, we're not going to have a massive fire. And I've asked Chris if he will take care of the lighting. And Sylvia has passed out little boards for you. So it's a time of release. And writing something down can be so powerful. So you have a paper. If you have a pen and it's clear and you think it's not working, you have to scratch the end off it because it's a new pen that's supposed to work. So just go like that and the little tip will come off. Scribble it on the paper. And then these are a couple of thoughts you might want to release. Just a couple. There may have been times when you were afraid, and that's okay. That's a human feeling. So I'll give you some time right now. You just write for a few minutes. You could put the date. I would use your name. I, George, I, Pauline, I, Sylvia. And then just write down what you're wanting to release. If you didn't get a pen, there should be some back there. By the way, nobody will see what you've written. There is Lindsay, so she's going to provide pens if you need a pen shot. Then when you're all finished writing, and I don't want to rush you, I'm going to crumple it all up like this. And if you want to, this is only if you want to, but I personally will be doing it because I think it's more meaningful. We'll walk out the front door and you'll take your paper, you'll drop it in the bowl, the big, what will be a burning bowl. And then Chris, on behalf of all of us, will set the burning bowl on fire with your releases. So for generations, people have used fire and smoke symbolically. We think of smoke rising. We know that God's inside. So our prayers don't have to go up into the air. But a lot of times, what we don't want can just float away. Don't worry, I don't think the paper's going to float away. I think it will just burn up in the bowl. If you prefer to stay inside, there's a little basket, and we'll pass that around in a minute. You can put your paper in that. So when you're ready, just hold your hand up so we know. Most people are ready, I think. Okay. We'll go out now. You don't have to go on the line or anything like that. Just go when you feel ready. Yes? Or they could put their coats on. Yes. Yeah. Well, Lorraine was suggesting let Chris light the fire first and then we'll go out. Personally, I'd love to see fire being lit, but Peggy's going first. Jay, Peggy. Hey, oh, you're wearing purple. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. Glad to be back. Whoops. Whoops, sorry. Hey, good to see you, dear Heather. Glad you're back. Glad I'm back too. I heard your violin was beautiful. I'm so glad I couldn't have been here for it.
Jam information for like my Zoom.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, okay. They were releasing all that. Releasing all that stuff we don't need. Hey, Chuck. Morning.
Out every morning.
You do. That's good. We have,
He makes us
well, we have to carry Chipper down the stairs.
start walking on us in bed if we're
Oh, does-
7 a.m.
yeah. We could sing, but it might be a little bit too cold out here. Yeah, okay. Yay, Chris. Thank you. Was that yours? Okay, yeah. Mm. Oh, whoops. Oh, maybe you could pass some out, George, on this side. Mary, this is for the letter. You're welcome. Yes? Oh, thanks, Chris. One envelope and one paper for each of you. One, two, three. One envelope and one paper for each of you. You got one. And if everybody received an envelope and a paper, this is for the next part. And in the past, what we used to do was that Rev Lori would mail the envelope back to you. But we're going to invite you instead to put it in a safe spot. And you might say, well, I don't know a safe spot. Well, guess what? I am not the best organized paper person. That's my confession. But I found 2021, 2022, and 2023, all in a spot that I thought, where could I put them? And there's a picture of Dan and me that I leave in my office, and I put them behind that picture. So find a treasure in your house. And the treasure in your house is where you can put this. And these are some ideas for what you're going to do. Some of you have already started writing. Those of you who are used to this. That was the releases. A vision of the future. This is not the same as a New Year's resolution. I want to say that right now. It's more an affirmation of how you choose to be each day, who you are, where you've come from, and where you're going. That's Paul Ephesians. So I invite you to put today's date on top, December 31st, 2023. Address the letter to whoever you choose. You can address it to yourself if you want. I usually address mine to dear higher spirit, dear God within, dear divine source, dear God. You get to choose. It's the power that you are addressing. And affirm what you want to be true emotionally, physically, spiritually during the next year. And you affirm it as though it has already happened in the now. For example, for any of you who might feel nervous about speaking, I speak with a clear, confident voice now. Does that mean it will miraculously come true? Not overnight, but it means that you are implanting that positive affirmation in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit. Add at the bottom this or something better, and also add thank you, an acknowledgement to divine spirit or God or divine presence within whoever you addressed your letter to. And then you put your name on the front of the envelope. Or you could put the name of who you were writing to on the front of the envelope and put today's date, December 31st. Oh, sorry, don't put that. On the envelope, put to be opened December 31st, 2024. And once you've written your letter, you put it inside, you seal the envelope, you take it home and you put it in a safe spot. You don't sneak peeks at it every day. You don't need to do that because it's in your heart. want to make sure that everyone has a chance to complete. And from our friend and inspiring Minister Eric Butterworth, in the flow of life, wherever you are, and we're all in different spaces, but we're all sharing the love and energy of unity. Whatever might have been challenging for you in the past, and no matter what you may be facing today, walk on, or run on, or skip on, or dance on. And the one on the left is, I wanted to make it brighter, but it's a small person being led by a taller person. It has nothing to do with height and everything to do with energy. And sometimes when it looks dark, we just find light. And we discover amazingly that often we are that light. So let us now go into meditation. We breathe into this moment, breathing in the love, the energy, the comfort, the reassurance that is around us, the supportive, comforting, loving spirit that is Unity of London. We absorb that. We allow that to flow into our body as we breathe in. We allow that love, that wisdom, the release that we just engaged in to be part of who we are. We choose to feel the strength of togetherness. As you breathe in and breathe out in the next few moments, I invite you to acknowledge what you have released. To accept your own self-worth. To accept the fact that you are a divine presence in our universe. You accept, you acknowledge, and you allow divine spirit to flow through and from you. I'll let you know when our time is fulfilled, our time here in this moment. as we prepare to return. We return spiritually nourished, refreshed in spirit, filled with the loving energy that is us, divine presence. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Thank you, Pauline, for another lovely burning bowl ceremony. It's always a great exercise to let go of what no longer serves us, to make room for all the great goodness that is coming our way. And I truly believe that our service today will not only help each and every one of us, but it'll make a difference for the whole world. Thank you, Pauline. And we'll have a song. I think, yeah.
Put your hand on your heart and put your hand on your heart and say I love you and close your eyes. Feel your breath beneath that beautiful heart in your chest, and look inside of your soul. There is a love coming to life. I see your love as one love. I feel the joyfulness of bliss in this. And can you see your waterfall? And your heart is leading to it all. Your stream, how it flows, it glistens as it goes. And shine your light, and shine your heart. Shine your light and shine your heart. You are a radiant starlight, and raise your light and put your hand on your beautiful heart and put your hand on your beautiful heart and say I love you. I love you. And close your eyes, feel your breath beneath that beautiful heart. Yes, there's a beautiful heart in your chest.
And now we come to the time where we thank everyone for sharing their time and their talent through the week and also their treasures. And Lorraine's going to come around and do a collection for those that would like to do an offering in an envelope today. You can certainly use a machine. Email to unityoflondon@hotmail. But we are always so grateful for the people that show up, the money that shows up, the talent that shows up. Mm. Oh. And we'll just take a moment to bless the offering. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. And now our prayer for protection. So you can affirm this with me as well. The light of God surrounds me. I am the light. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love. The power of God protects me. I am the power. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yay, God. And we'll have our peace song now. Gather around for a big circle. Did anyone want to come to the front to thank Pauline, make a statement, affirmation? Is there anybody online that